Put it here.
Have you ever seen the inside of an empty bank vault? If not, then you haven't been to your local food bank. Food banks are experiencing all-time lows in the foodstuffs that they need to supply low-income families. Families suffering from food insecurity finding it increasingly difficult to supplement the insecurity from the food loans that they get from the food banks. These are due to factors in the economy, from COVID-19 and skyrocketing unemployment rates. As put by Ravine, staff writer for Christian Science Monitor, in his paper, Short-Term Food Bank Numbers Are Down, potential setbacks include the advance of the Delta variant of the coronavirus, which has already delayed planned returns to the office for millions of employees. This could threaten school closures, as well as other shutdowns as the nations enter the winter flu season. How many people do you think suffer from food insecurity? It could be your friends, your family, or even your coworkers. According to Christian Science Monitor, in a census survey in March, nearly 18 million people reported sometimes not having enough food to eat. And 5 million people said they often do not have food to eat. Additionally, according to Christian Science Monitor, the percentage of households that were food insecure for at least some portion of the year had dropped from 14.9% in 2011 to 10.5% in 2019, before the pandemic, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. What does this mean to us as Americans? With growing economic struggles such as unemployment rates increasing, Americans are finding themselves economically empty-handed. COVID-19 has put many pressures on us as individuals, as a society, locally and globally. These pressures have decreased Americans' ability to meet their dietary needs to live healthy lives. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Procedures, unemployment rates have fallen sharply, but the number of people working actively looking for work is still below the pre-pandemic level. This is attributed to many baby boomers retiring earlier due to the pandemic, which many are left in awkward financial positions. Dr. Barrett explains in Foom's article, Who is Hungry in America? Some people living above the poverty line are food insecure because they might have high expenses for housing and health care, or face high commuting costs to get to work. Conversely, there are low-income families that are not suffering from food insecurity because they manage their budgets well, and for one reason or another, don't have high expenses or high living costs. Food denotes an increase in awareness due to this pandemic concerning the emptiness of food banks and the growing awareness of our neighbors' needs. This is represented by food banks showing an increase in donations, volunteering for their local communities. The coronavirus and unemployment rates have an everlasting effect on low-income families. Food banks are finding themselves in increasing demand for its services. This increase in demand can be factors from the COVID-19 pandemic, the increase in unemployment rates, and they may run dry. This pandemic has increased the awareness of Americans, the needs of many, to my needs, to your needs, to our needs. Food banks are finding themselves with an increase in donations and volunteer, which is helping supplement the gap in the stomachs of many Americans. This means that the food vault won't stay empty for long and families can get the assistance that they need. Thank you, guys.
One second, don't go nowhere. All right, everyone's still here.